Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. I am so excited, y'all. It's another opportunity to learn and grow, right? So, we're doing some pre-market prep in this video. And before we get started, let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth, and the stock market is just one of those avenues. This video is for educational purposes only. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at Tesla this morning, pre-market, and these are some of the things that I do. Again, before the market opens, I need to go figure out what's going on with Tesla. And I normally go in and I mark the gathering spot, or what I most would consider consolidation. We're looking at Tesla now on a 30-minute chart. The market is open and seems like Tesla has been going sideways. The good thing one of the things that I've noticed is that Tesla closed at 177.54, as you can see here. And soon as 4 o'clock came, it sold off. It went down, which is interesting to me. You know, sometimes Tesla will go down and then go up. So I learn by patterns. I pay attention to patterns and how the stock moves. And I like to study the stock before I trade the stock. Just me, right? That's just preference, right? So again, on the 30-minute chart, I marked the gathering spot, which is the consolidation area for Tesla. And I noticed, though, that, when I go to my smaller time frame, Tesla is doing the exact same thing on the 5 minute. It's just consolidating. I need to know that this area of resistance here at the VWAP, that purple line here is the VWAP, and the 20 is the red line. Well, Tesla has been having trouble in that area. So I need to remember that. I need to know that, when the market opens, Tesla previously had trouble in those areas. So I set an alert to let me know if it reaches above that high, to let me know that Tesla has broken out of that consolidation, or it has made a new high from where it was just consolidating, right? So I did notice that yesterday's low was 172.41. I always try to be mindful of that, because one, if we get open up under yesterday's low, or if we get down under yesterday's low, then that's a problem. That's an issue. That's a red flag for me. That's something I need to pay attention to, right? So I noticed that at around 6:50, Tesla hit a low of 173.33. So I need to mark that, because it's a reason for that. Something stopped Tesla at that point, and it could very well come back and retest that, right? So these are areas. This is what I normally do before the 9:30 bell ring. I need to see where Tesla is, what's going on, how is it moving, how is it responding. Did some news come out? Is it something that I'm missing that I didn't see, right? Okay, so we're again looking at Tesla. I'm going to go back to the higher time frame, because I need to point out how it consolidated here, which was yesterday, and the market opened here at 4 a.m. We sold off only to consolidate again. So we can get one or two things today, right? We can continue sideways and go nowhere, or we can come up, test this 5 EMA on the 30-minute chart, which is at 174.41, and get rejected and continue down, or we can pop through this. That's something to think about, right? But I already have an alert at the 174.63 to let me know that Tesla has broke higher than that previous candle before. So I think today what I would do is just watch Tesla to see how it's going to respond to the consolidation. Is it going to break out to the upside? Or are they going to come out with some news, or are we going to continue to the downside? I see, let me say, and I'm not a financial advisor, but visually, again, I learn by patterns. I see Tesla going down to the 169, 170 range. Yesterday, I had Tesla marked at the ATR trailing stop yesterday was at 169.94. So, and the ATR trailing stop is just how much the stock moves on a daily basis, right? So if I go to the daily chart, I can look and see that Tesla normally moves $8.12, and that will fluctuate. That will change, right? But I know that I can go to the high of the day, which was whatever the high was for Tesla, and subtract that $8.12. And that gives me a range as to how much Tesla can fall down, or how much Tesla can go up. And Tesla normally exceeds its ATR. So if it's up, it normally goes way past, a little bit past that. I'm not gonna say way past that. It just exceeds its ATR to the upside or to the downside. So that's something to remember through pattern. I've noticed that Tesla normally exceeds that amount. So again, I'm gonna if I could just bring your attention to the daily chart here, we see that Tesla has been consolidating on a few days. 1, 2, 3, 4, for about 4 or 5 days now. Tesla has been consolidating. It tried to break out of that consolidation areas, which I have marked here, and we found support at this 172.41. That's why I needed to remember that area, because it broke out of a consolidation for me. I need to be mindful of that, because one, we can come back and test that again and break through it, or we can come back to it and bounce. So that's something for me to watch today. Again, I have Tesla. Looks like it's trying to break out of a consolidation. Right now, it looks like we are going to break gap down, because again, it closed at 177.54, and right now it looks like Tesla is at, say, for 173.96, or in the 173 range. So we have a gap. So Tesla is down pre-market already. So that's a sign for me that I need to be watching Tesla to the downside, because again, normally it starts, it'll move a few dollars up, and then fluctuate, sell off, and then go back up. But something to think about. Again, I learn from patterns. I pay attention to what the charts are telling me, not just by the pattern itself, because that can be tricky, as we have seen at last Thursday. What I thought was going to happen, something else completely shifted that. But it's okay. You trade what you see, and don't get too overexcited about your trades. Wait on the trade, let the trade come to you. I always say trade what you see. And what is your charts telling you? Your charts are telling you, it's giving you a picture, right? And you just have to learn how to put that picture together. So again, we're looking at Tesla doing some pre-market prep. Tesla is consolidating and has been for a while. I will not trade Tesla until it breaks out of this consolidation area, and it looks like it's wanting to continue to the downside. I will say that. Where is my support? I've already marked the areas of this 173.33. I've marked 172.41. Those are just previous support areas. And then I have the 170 or 169. I had 170.05 first, and then I had the 169.94 or 95. So that's something to think about. Pay attention to if it breaks above the 5 EMA. If it does, it could have broken out of that to the upside based on the 30-minute chart. I'm going to go to the 1 hour and see, it's basically doing the same thing as the 30-minute. It consolidated, we came down, and we're back in consolidation mode. We don't trade until it gives us a signal. The 4 hour shows us that Tesla has been consolidating for a few days. Looks like we are trying to break out of this consolidation that it had been doing for days. Let's see, this started on 3/6. And we're now at 313. Tesla has been consolidating, if you're looking at it on a higher time frame, which is the 4 hour chart. So again, this is my pre-market prep. I always go to my 30-minute chart, go mark my gathering spot. Where are we, where are we consolidating? Where are the candles not making higher highs and higher lows? Are we just staying in that range? So that's exactly what we're doing. We've been trading in a range for a few hours now. And once I mark those with the lavender lines, I go down to my 5-minute chart, and I can see that same area of consolidation. This is a no trade zone for me. I do not trade this area. I wait on it to give me a signal as to which direction it wants to make. And in order, I set an alert above this candle, because this is the high of that consolidation area, or the gathering spot, as I like to say, right? So if Tesla breaks above this area, then I know that we could possibly go up to these areas. But right now, we have not. And I will go ahead and set an alert. My alert will be under the 173.33, because that is the low that it has made in a while today during pre-market. So those are my areas that I need to watch for Tesla today, and I won't trade until it gives me a signal either above this area or below this area. Now, can it trade sideways and not go anywhere? It can do what it does, right? But as I see it, I see the market, I see Tesla trading to the downside today, or bearish today, and that's just my opinion. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I just trade what I see, right? So I hope this is helpful, y'all. Go to the 30-minute chart, market gathering spot, find where you're going to have trouble, label those places. Don't trade until you get a signal. And I know sometimes when the bell rings, you want to just jump in based on what you're seeing, but that is not the best way to trade. And if you look at it, this is a 2-minute chart. Tesla is trading sideways and have been trading sideways. Why? Because we see it on our 5-minute chart sideways, 30-minute chart sideways, 1-minute chart, 1-hour chart sideways. Don't rush into your trades. Let your trades come to you. Pay attention to what your charts are saying. And listen, reading the charts and technical analysis is really not hard. You just have to find where you're going to have trouble and use whatever works for you to identify what that is. Yeah. So I hope this video is very, very helpful. Again, this is how I do my pre-market prep with Tesla. And today I just see it as trading puts. If you're trading options, that's trading to the downside, because based on what the charts are saying and what I'm seeing visually, I see that Tesla is having a little trouble today. We are down. We have a gap down. Now, I will say this. Tesla is going to gap down, so it may have a gap to the upside that it needs to fill. It could very well come up and fill that gap and then come back down. That's something to think about. But again, it needs to get above this area that I had marked. Otherwise, to me, I still see it going to the downside. So again, I hope this video is very, very helpful. Thank you so much for taking the time to look. Welcome to the filling station. Thank you for watching, and yeah, have an awesome day today, y'all.